kind of revulsion of it all. Otherwise you'd be in a constant spasm of rage. While questions circulated among these researchers, the scientific establishment was eager to quiet their suspicions, branding the lab leak hypothesis as a conspiracy that must be suppressed, the phone conference notes reveal. There's been a lot of conversation about censorship online of various experts around the subject of COVID and vaccines, etc. I feel that regardless of the veracity of the individual speculations or theories, censorship in and of itself stokes mistrust. Transparency creates trust. The more you censor, the more you invite speculation. So take the example of the lab leak. If you start censoring that information, no, don't talk about the lab leak, don't talk about the lab leak, and then it seems increasingly likely that it was leaked from a lab. Now what you do is you license speculation. You create an environment where you say, well, Fauci's saying that, but we don't trust that dude. And increasingly what happens is this division becomes politicised, but truth is way beyond temporary ideas like whether you're a Republican or Democrat. That's some little thing floating around in the dust. We're talking about deep ideas such as truth and reality. Now it seems to me that they would know that, so they either think that, well, enough people will be duped by the censorship and won't even think about it, or possibly they like an environment of mistrust and tension and accusation and loathing. Some of you now might be just fatigued and exhausted and just think, I don't give a shit no more, I just want to move on and get on with my life. Well, the chances of that happening while you are being governed by corrupt institutions are impossible, so you might as well face reality. An unsigned meeting note, which was presumably signed off on by Fauci and Collins, reads, I share your view that a swift convening of experts in a confidence-inspiring framework, WHO seems really the only option is needed, or the voices of conspiracy will quickly dominate, doing great potential harm to science and international harmony. Like, you can't do harm to science, actually, if it's empirically undertaken. What you can do harm to is economic interest and political interest and international harmony. Oh, let's all buy the world of Coca-Cola. What you mean by international harmony is the ability of the powerful to pursue their interest without those pesky populations going, hey, did you just give us this fucking virus because of your irresponsible, mercantile, venal, godless pursuits? Yes, Dr. Ron Fouchier, a Dutch virologist, remarked during the conference that further discussion about such accusations would unnecessarily distract top researchers from their active duties and do unnecessary harm to science in general. Oh, science, oh, poor old science. How can science hurt science? Like, oh no, this bit of science, the truth, is going to hurt that bit of science. Stuff we've made up. Do some bloody science, then tell us what happened and worry about science as if it's like a little old lady. Do unnecessary harm to science in general and science in China. Science in China, not some hobbling little orphan child. Hello, it's me, Science in China. Are you okay, Science in China? Oh God, let's get a cup of tea with sugar in it down your neck, you poor sod. Massive, powerful force. Collins wrote in an April 2020 email to Fauci and other officials, wondering if there is something NIH can do to help put down this very constructive conspiracy with what seems to be growing momentum. And he then embeds a hyperlink to an article about Fox News anchors supporting the lab leak theory. The next day, Fauci responds to Collins saying, I would not do anything about this right now. It is a shiny object that will go away in time. Oh man. The idea of censorship, the only legitimate argument, I guess, for it is like, oh no, this information that's untrue is so bad, we better censor it, otherwise everyone's going to get all befuddled and confused and outraged. Well, who do you think has the authority to make that decision? And do you think that the people now that are deciding what's getting censored are acting legitimately? Or do you think that their own biases and prejudices are very much at the forefront of their intentions? While Fauci and Collins insisted otherwise, the debate surrounding COVID's origin remains unsettled. The natural origin theory was widely accepted by the mainstream media, hello guys, and enforced by social media censors. It was enforced, you were not allowed to talk about it. I mean, what does that imply? What does that suggest? What does that tell you? Until a number of thorough articles in major magazines granted credence to the mounting, countervailing evidence, at which point public health authorities, reporters and pundits began to admit their ignorance. As of December 2021, the majority of Americans believe the virus leaked from a lab. If you don't want conspiracy, if you don't want conjecture, then the solution, the remedy, the inoculation, you might say the vaccine, is transparency. That's the only answer. Because otherwise, this is how my mind goes, accidentally or was it deliberate? I know that, why shouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? When one thing I know for certain is that the people that were charged with controlling this, telling the truth, were like, whoa, don't tell them that. End censorship, support free speech. If you don't support those ideas, then what you're arguing for is just, I want my ideas imposed on other people. So as an individual, what can you do? Take a deep breath and have loving conversations with people you disagree with, and I know how hard that is, because that's life, that's marriage, that's family, that's community, that's society, that's who we are, that's what we have to get good at. Thank God there's something we can do individually, because let me tell you, the people in power are not going to do it for you. But that's just what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments below. How does this make you feel? What does it bring up in you? What do you think the solutions are? We learn so much from you and your insights. Give us a thumbs up. Share this around. If you enjoyed this video, tell your friends. Tell them. Tell people you disagree with. Have a look at this little video. Have a look at this, the Spiritual Awakening side channel, so you can get yourself ready to handle this kind of stuff. Sign up to my mailing list where I'll tell you exactly what I'm up to. For example, between January and May, God willing, I'm touring all around the UK. We can get together, we can see each other, I believe, if regulations and legislations allow it, and so far they do. Stay free.